Hey everybody, welcome to Valentine TV. Tonight's reaction is coming from TISA Tales. I want to welcome everybody to Valentine TV. Hopefully you will hit that subscribe button and the like button and share it if you can. I'd appreciate it so very much. Y'all. Everybody keeps asking where did the videos come from? Where did the videos come from? How did 50 get it? How did he get it for the documentary, of course? Roger Bonds is about to tell tell you. All right. So let's just get into it. I'll be back with my reaction, okay? Still a little under the weather, y'all. Just bear with me, okay? Here we go.
Y'all, everybody's coming out about this Diddy documentary. Roger Bonds has broken his silence, and you know what? Roger Bonds did what needed to be done. I remember in the beginning when he was moving pretty funny, and I was like, yo, you know me, it's a trap. Don't trust him, because from what I've heard, everybody around Diddy is compromised. But Roger Bonds came out on that documentary and stood with women, stood with victims, stood with the survivors, and stood with all the victims of Diddy, men, women, everybody, right? Oh, also, Roger Bonds
Even the little ones.
also goes into how they actually got the documentary footage. And guess what? We were right. It was exactly the way we said. Diddy don't like paying any of it. Anyway, let's get back into it. So listen to what Roger Bonds had to say. He posted this on live, and he's responding to a lot of people and their
why you went for that bullshit? Why you ain't put hands on homie? Or why you ain't do this? Let me tell you something, man. Shout out to my man D. See, when I first started being around Puff, my man D, the general, the official general from Rough Riders, pulled me to the side. He said, Bonds, I see you around old boy. He said, listen to me, Bonds. He sat me down. He said, that person you is now is not going to make it, brother. He said, that gorilla mentality, he said, that's not going to make it. He said, because the reason he fucking with you is because he know that you put in work. But you got to always show humbleness to him.
No.
And put in work for him. You understand?
Yeah, y'all get that. He want Bonds to put in the work and be humble to him. Don't ever try to act like he is more than what he wants to be, what Diddy wants to be. Okay? Puff back in the day.
You understand me? I said, yo, I understand you, D. Because see, when I first came home, I ain't give a fuck, man. You want it, I'm going to give it to you. Let's just bring it out. It's a lot of brothers I met that way. And we later on, we became really good friends because I knew he wasn't having it. He knew I wasn't having it, blah, blah, blah. But D sat me down and said, yo, if you show that mentality against him, he going to push you away. So my mentality was taking care of my family, man, not going back to jail, not doing this. So I took heed to what D said. I took heed to what he said. I'm not afraid to say. I listened to a brother if he got something to say. So when D told me that, I listened. And that's the reason why I was around so long. Because any gorilla mentality he had or anything that I did it for him.
Mm-hmm.
Not with him or not against him. For him.
Right.
So for people that be asking that question, yo, if a homie was all this and all that, why he went for this or why he went for that, or why you don't walk away because you taking care of your family. That's your dream. Period. Point blank.
See, here's the
Yeah, see, people kept asking, like, why you stay so long? Why do you stay so long? Why you just didn't leave him? Why you didn't beat him up? I don't know. But why did you say why you just didn't leave? That man said, like he said, he had all he was thinking about was taking care of his family, staying out of prison, just not doing what Diddy did, you know? Whatever Diddy was doing right then.
thing. As much as people are criticizing Roger Bonds, I can respect him for being real. He did it for the money. He was a soldier. He was Diddy's foot soldier. He did it for the money. There's no other way to get all these other people that are like,
long as he ain't hurt nobody.
Misa, how dare you? Like everybody acting the film. We don't know. Everybody wanted to be down with Bad Boy. Everybody gave us the appearance they were just like this with her. Everybody ate off of the legacy that Diddy built. But when it came time to be like, well, hold on a second. What? Yo, he is a monster. What happened? Oh, we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Roger Bonds is one of the few people.
Yeah. And that's that's how it was when Diddy went to for court. Everybody got silent. Some even said, "Oh, he might get out, so I better go to court so I can say I was there. I showed up for him and stuff." So Misa, so he won't. Since Misa want to jump out here and say people talking about her and it's ruining her life. You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't been putting stuff out on Twitter about her and her own son that nobody even mentioned the paternity about in the documentary. Now we talking about the paternity. All right. And you see who he look like, so don't play with me. Not this one right here. The other one. Mises. Okay, let's continue on the stay on subject.
That had the balls to come out and say, yeah, and Capricorn Clark, yeah. I was moving funny. He was the devil. It probably wasn't the best. But you know what? I'm repentant and that's moved on. Because we all know what it is. And for everybody saying, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? We saw Cassie humiliate herself. All the victims go up on that stand. Tell the most disgusting, degrading, humiliating parts of her life.
God.
Only for the juror, the one Indian juror, you cannot clap with one hand,
Ooh.
right? Or maybe he was West Indian. I don't know.
He made me so mad. Yes, I watched all four of the hours of all four series, and I'm getting ready to go watch it again. But yeah, the main time you cannot clap with one hand without the other being there. She kept going back because she knew she didn't go back. She knew what he had did in the past, and Cassie was scared she was gonna get okay because she knew everything. And then the ponytail, as TISA named her, talking about that domestic violence wasn't one of the charges. And I watched him on Making of the Band, and he just had a habit of nodding his head. How did you know he was nodding his head in court if you wasn't watching him? Huh? Whew, I see why. I honestly see why he got the charges he got. They gave him the lightest charges they could give because of those two I know.
No, right? And the other girl, not to me. I mean, he shouldn't have beat that little girl, but I was nodding with them, right? You went up there and said the most, and all they said was like, yeah, that's that. So what? That's light work. You got $30 million. Who cares? Like, are you guys serious? Do you not realize what?
She talking about that's what the jury thought about when Cassie testified that she got that 30 million, so she ought to be happy and go on with her life and not, you know what I mean? Even though she got on the stand and told all that gross stuff about what, okay, and all the other people, all the other witnesses, yuck.
Actually happened. Like, you can't be serious. We saw what happened to the brave people that stood up there. I was at the trial. I had grown men, right, literally trying to jump on me and beat me up.
Yeah.
While other grown men were holding their camcorders, laughing like little bitches.
Yeah.
This is the environment it was in.
Oh.
It is a cause for standing up. And the fact that all these people are acting like when you stand up, you get a gold sticker and you're rewarded. No, that's why people don't stand up. Because when you stand up, you get knocked down, you get spit on, people lie on you, laugh at you, mock you. They do whatever they can to shut you up because they're doing the work of the devil. And eventually, as we see now as time passes, if you're lucky, you're vindicated. But most people that stand for the truth don't get vindicated in their lifetime. They don't even get vindicated in 2 times. Was Martin Luther King not on the terrorist watch list? Was Black Panthers not on the terrorist watch list? Think about the heroes that we had that later on we found out they were horrible people. Most people that stand for truth and righteousness in their lifetime, Jesus, in their lifetime. So it's real for Roger Bonds to say, I did it because I wasn't ready to stand for truth. I didn't want to. I was a foot soldier. That's how I looked out for the people I loved, my family. I cared about my family. I cared about providing for my family. I cared about the power and money that came with being Diddy's foot soldier.
Yo, I even saw one man on his channel. I was scrolling through, right? He was counting. He was like, there is no way that TISA could have afforded those bodyguards. She had to have been being paid by Diddy now, by Diddy's camp. Let me see. Now this would count, and she stayed, and then he named the part of New York she stayed in while she was at the trial, and how long she stayed at the trial. About the probably the estimated amount the hotel was a day or a week or however it was, and he was just counting her pockets, right? So I got on there, I was like, man, stop counting my sister's pockets. What's wrong with you? She got what is wrong with you? You act like people don't know how to save for a trip they already know they're going on. Anyway, here we go.
But there came a point when it wasn't worth it to him anymore. It came a point where the same thing Diddy does for all those people, right? He ended up doing to him, leaving Roger Bonds stranded while Roger Bonds' son stood in court in South Africa. Diddy could have easily helped. According to Roger Bonds, he did not. But there's more. Roger Bonds also wanted to put the industry on blast. Listen to this.
I'm getting to this. Yo, Bonds. Yo, man, how 50 get? Blah, blah, blah. Yo, Puff, take this self doing that. Let me explain something to y'all. All right? Whether it's NDAs, whether it's whatever. When these young boys come in, first of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know
videographers and women.
Opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P Diddy. They want that opportunity, so they get him at a low price anyway. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on call. Oh. Whether we on the yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is going to be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay.
Exactly.
He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours.
Remember, he
160 something
I'll tell y'all later.
hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He can do whatever he want to do with that footage.
So the man, the videographer, shoot, it ended up being his because Diddy didn't want to pay for it. He didn't want to pay the man or the woman. So they ended up having it for themselves. They could sell it to whomever they chose. And evidently, 50 Cent knew about it. Or Netflix bought it. One of those, they bought it. And it was nothing Diddy could do. Diddy said he wasn't paying it, so he didn't get the video, and contract none and void. That's how they got all the video and the footage and stuff. He did not steal it. Diddy was too cheap to pay the person who filmed it, so it became theirs because he broke the contract. People.
That footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get this is business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in love with you. Everybody ain't dedicated. Everybody ain't loyal to the point of stupidity. Trust me, calls I'm getting to this. Yo, Bonds.
Yo,
man, how 50 get?
Hold on. First of all, Roger Bonds said a mouthful. Everybody ain't loyal to the point of stupidity. Right. Roger Bonds literally put his life on the line for Diddy, and Diddy didn't want to pay him. Diddy didn't want to pay anything. There's something very dark about Diddy. He only cared about power and using everybody around him. And he got
Diddy just wanted to pay them darn prostitutes, and they half wanted to pay them.
Them young workers,
escort, excuse me,
women, right? At security, everyone. There's something very dark about him. And the fact now that they're trying to start rumors that this was obtained illegally, where's the MF and lawsuit? Where's the MF and lawsuit? All this stuff that Diddy got his people out here, where's the lawsuits? Right? Kirk Burrows is lying, sue him. Get the documentary taken down. Literally, all those profits can be yours. And I'm sure Diddy needs that money. It's a lot to pay people to stay off of him in jail, right? Again, Diddy never paid anyone. When Cassie literally was being nice and trying to settle, Diddy ain't want her to. She filed a case. He had to settle the next day.
Straight up, 30 mil. Right, next day, straight up. Lil Rod just wanted his money. Didn't want to pay. See what happened. But anyway, if y'all want to see the rest, y'all can go on TISA Tales on Netflix. Netflix. She was on the documentary though. She was in the documentary. But anyway, y'all can go to YouTube and it'll be in the description of this video. Okay. I told you I ain't feel too hot. Now you can tell. Okay. But she was in the documentary. Yes, she was. All right. So that's all I got. Thank y'all. Please subscribe to the channel. Like the video, and I will talk to y'all later. Okay. All right. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Bye, y'all.